So yesterday, I ran into somebody. They found out I was a prepper. They said they weren't preppers. I said, yes, you are. We disagreed. I gave him my card and told him to watch my live stream. Hopefully you're here. Let's find out. Okay, good morning and welcome everybody to the show. Hopefully the internet gods will be gracing us today. It was a little bit of a hiccup this morning. I'm watching red, green, red, green, red, green. I still don't know if it's this computer or the internet, but the internet definitely took a dump early this morning during the 10-minute buildup. Let's see here. Like I said, the video today is about, like it or not, we are all doomsday preppers. And obviously there's a difference between a doomsday prepper and regular preppers. I've got my notes right here, and of course I have an emergency phone call. Hold on. Hello.
It's intermission time, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 5 minutes.
Okay, so you gotta love real life. You gotta love real life. Some people just don't pay attention to simple instructions, and I don't know. I'm gonna stay positive. Oh, I'm gonna stay upbeat. Okay, so back onto the subject. First and foremost, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. I apologize to whoever was the original first. YouTube played with my links. I don't know why. I also found out that the software that I'm using to make my thumbnails has decided to start charging for more higher resolution type stuff. So now I have to decide whether I want to pay $9.99 a month. You guys probably noticed the thumbnails have been looking a little shady the last 3 or 4 days. But the reality is I'll probably pay it. I guess I need more Patreons. Maybe I need you guys to go Christmas shopping on my Amazon store. Or just ask for shopping tips and I can point you in the right direction and make $3 every time you spend $1,000. Yeah, I think you guys get the gist. Last month I made $6.74 on my Amazon store. So no one's getting rich and there's no big YouTube money in my future. All right, so because I don't have access to the original chat, Cool Colt first, and Bradley, whether you like it or not, my text and my posts actually don't count, and so you are number 2. And then what do we got here? We got Hicktown Honey, we got Jordan Star from Canada, Beecher, my second time I've seen you. Haley, I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Catitude, what do we got here? Minority Reporter. I don't recognize you, but thank you for dropping in here. You got Batch Crazy. Dog and Ball showed up. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Deborah, and we got JB. And I think that's about it. If you are here, do me a favor. Give me a sound check, 5x5. Loud and clear, good buddy, or something like that. Let me know that my sound is coming through correct, because I can't hear myself when I'm actually talking to you guys. It looks like my bandwidth is starting to act weird again. It's normally around 10,000 kilobytes, and it's now fluctuating between 2,500 and 3,500. So we shall see what happens. Let's see here. Grumpy Acres Farm, welcome to the show. Good seeing you, buddy. I need to get you back. We need to get you back on and do a live, another live. Well, not a live, but another interview. Let's see. If I'm a doomsday prepper, can you shoot my house and see if it's bulletproof without guilt? you all, I don't want to answer that question. I guess because you're my friend, I would feel guilty. But I mean, unless you were like, I dare you. And you know how that works, man. So I don't think I could. I don't think I could. All right, looks like Deborah and Dog and Ball are giving me 5x5, so sound is great. But yeah, it's good to see you, Grumpy. We definitely need to do another video together. What have I been doing in my preparedness life? I have been, sounds good, lagging. Yeah, I'm watching my lights go from green to red, which means that it looks like my video is chopping, but my sound should be 100%. Let's see here. I've been reading this book that was given to me at Prep Stock by Jessica Carew Craft. I'm not really a fan of double last names. I just think it complicates things, but everybody does things for reasons. And it's called Why We Need to Be Wild. It's very interesting. No, I'm not an affiliate. I don't make any money off of promoting this. I just thought it was a good book. I can get you guys a link if you want. I don't really have it set up for that right now, and I don't really want to endorse a book. I don't really want to endorse a book that I haven't read at least the first chapter of. If you guys know anything about me, my brain is designed to read technical manuals. I could read those and be like, oh, that's how I'm staying awake, and I could read those all day long. But when it comes to things that are like a story, or it's not related to goblins and dragons, then so I've been reading it piece by piece. I'm about 15, 16 pages into it. It seems to be a very interesting story. I like her backstory. She literally comes from a huge tech industry where she made oodles and oodles of money, and then I haven't got to that point yet, but I'm getting the picture that she had an affirmation that something changed in her life, and she let's get wild. So I met her in person. I've spoke to her a few times. Had reasonably lengthy conversations with her. She seems like a very genuine person. I'm going to continue reading this book. I'll let you guys know how it goes. And I actually plan to have her on the show, do an actual recorded live with her, and let her talk about her book and her background, stuff like that. David, good to see you. Let's see, goblins, dragons, and zombies. Oh my! Yeah, the only books that I truly enjoyed reading. I enjoyed, off the top of my head, I loved all the J.R. Tolkien's or J.R.R. Tolkien series, The Hobbit, and all of the Lord of the Rings series. Yes, I liked the movies. I thought they were great. Spin-offs kind of suck from time to time, though. And if you ever get the opportunity to read the original paperback, Marine Sniper, please do it. That is a story that kind of... well, we'll just say I have some background in that stuff. All right, let's see here. So back on to the original point of the subject. Also, hey guys, if you have not liked and subscribed, now is the time to do it. And also, while you're doing that, while you're fumbling around on your phones, do me a huge favor. I am doing everything in my power. I'm doing everything. I've watched every video. I've read every how-to for the how to make it so that you're when I schedule these lives, that you guys are getting notified 24 hours in advance. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and nobody is getting the notifications. I've seen them go out a couple of times earlier last week when we first started this, but I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to wonder if YouTube isn't messing with me. What I would like you guys to do, like right now, if you can, do me a favor, and obviously if it's safe to do it, do me a favor and check that you are actually subscribed. And you're like, yes, I'm subscribed, I know I am. Well, dynamite, check your notifications, because there's a funny rumor going around on the internet that YouTube has been changing the notifications from all to custom or personalized, depending on which platform you're using. So if you could check that, that would be great. And this video notification last night. Good to go, Hicktown honey. I appreciate it. But yeah, everybody take a moment and check those notifications to make sure that it is now on all notifications. And if this is the case, and if your stuff has been changed, then what I would recommend that you do, not just for my channel, but to go to, unfortunately, you need to go to all the channels that you actually enjoy watching that YouTube may be going, yeah, well, you don't need to do that, and check those notifications as well, because I'm hearing some funny things that are going on right now, and it's bad. It's bad for all of us, and it's bad for you. I'm going to be here whether the notifications go out or not. I'm glad to see that some of them are going out, it's one of the other tricks that I've been told may work is if you unsubscribe and then resubscribe. It's supposed to mess with the algorithm and say, well, you watch more of these other videos than this one. I don't know, guys. All I'm doing at this point, I keep getting messages. I'm not getting notifications because I also post these links in the Discord. I'm also posting them on Twitter and Freesteading. I'm also posting it on Getter, and I'm getting messages from all of the followers saying that they're not getting the notifications. So, hey, it is what it is, and I'm doing everything in my power to do it right. I'm trying to get as many, figure out what the subject's going to be, and then get that onto a thumbnail, and then title it out, and then get it scheduled, before the evening of the next day. You know what I'm saying? So last night around 8 o'clock is when I initially scheduled it. It seems like some people have been getting that. There seems like some people got that notification, but like I said, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that you guys get these notifications. So either YouTube is messing with us or YouTube is messing with us, because the algorithm is not working in the favor of people in the preparedness community these days. It's a huge problem. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee today. It's Royal Farms coffee. No, I won't be going to different coffee places every day. That's not my thing, and that's not my thing. I like to grind and roast grind, and brew my own coffee. But Royal Farms, the Jamaican blend will do things in a pinch. All right, so let's check this out. I got my notes. I got my glasses. Let's see here. So, like it or not, we're all doomsday preppers. Doomsday preppers are those who prepare and maybe even hope for the apocalyptic scenarios. Okay, I think that as a doomsday prepper, that would be an appropriate statement. But few households only live with one roll of toilet paper. And we buy more than enough food for today alone. So when is the distinction between prudence and delusional obsession? So there are many people out there that think that preppers in general, let alone doomsday preppers, are slightly delusional. And we're going to talk about it towards the end of this live stream. We're going to talk about it a little bit. I've actually got some empirical data to pass to you guys at the end of this stream, so that hey, Mad Max, good to see you, bro. Is that your name today? But I think that you're going to enjoy this. So here's the first thing I got for you guys. As usual, I want you guys to participate. So let's go through this scenario. You walk into someone's house and you see wall-to-wall tins of cans of beans and a huge underground bunker and an arsenal of large enough to invade a small nation. Type 1 if you back out slowly, or 2 if you make friends quickly. Go ahead and start typing. It's a 1 or it's a 2. You're either out of there because this guy is nuts, or you are you now it's a man crush, it's a girl crush, something, Oh, the coffee's not hot anymore, damn it. Anyway, so I'm waiting for you to do that. And while you're doing that, the conversation I had with this person yesterday, they were kind of taken aback that I would, and I wouldn't say that I was defensive. I would say that I was assertive. So I hear you're a prepper. Really? From whom? Well, I'd rather not say. Well, that's a conversation girl crush for me. Gotcha, Jordan. Nice. But people like that kind of live in their own little world. They don't understand that the world itself doesn't care about their feelings, doesn't care about their emotions. You know, if a giant rock fell on your head today, there would be people that would be sad, but in the end, it would be washed away eventually. People would forget, you know, and there is, I came in like a wrecking ball. In the end, I've lost my train of thought. I was looking at all the numbers on the screen. I came in like a wrecking ball. You've already typed that. What is going on with the chat? What is going on in the chat? Okay, so it looks like we have a few participants, and obviously everybody is like, that's my new friend. Just remember, don't wear out your welcome. Don't wear out your welcome. All right, so with that said, guys. All right, so we're going to go with an actual term. Now, think about the words that I'm using. Doomsday prepping. Doomsday prepping. Not prepping, but doomsday prepping. Is the phenomenon is the phenomenon where people prepare for the end of the world. Are these people, 1, off-grid survivalists, or 2, hoarders? Which is it? Are they off-grid survivalists, or are they hoarders? Which do you prefer? Answer 1 or answer 2? Answer 1 or answer 2? Answer 1 or answer 2? That was a fake loop. Anyway, let's see here. I removed it because it wouldn't let me edit my comment. I got you. Even your thoughts are lagging. This is kind of like Choose Your Adventure book. It's called Interaction, David. And it's one of the requirements of my streams. You don't know how many people. Number 3. Jordan, Jordan's like, number 3. Okay, so it looks like everybody is kind of locking in on off-grid survivalists and too many variables. I was thinking the same thing, Jordan. David is answering. Yeah, it looks like everybody's pretty much answering that they are off-grid survivalists. You see, in our minds, that's exactly how people are seen, or how we see people in the prepper community. Where we want their bunker. We want their year's worth of freeze-dried food. We want all of those things because it feeds into who we are. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, you know. The people that survive calamity are the people that were either just freaking lucky or they were prepared. You know, if you survive, if you're in a 747 flying across the Atlantic Ocean and that plane goes down and you survive, it was likely not because you were prepared. It was likely because you were very lucky. Now, there was a certain level of preparedness involved, as you know, all of the aircraft's flight safety gear, survival gear. You were able to get out of the plane. You know what I'm saying? Things were done the way they were supposed to do, so it increases your level of survivability. But for the most part, you're very lucky that you didn't just freeze to death like the Titanic kid. So in this particular case, being prepared is more important than hoping that everything will be great, you know, like taking, massive overdoses of hopium, that kind of thing. Let's see, both and neither. I was 6. You can't pick 6, Melody. 3, because I'm a hoarder till the grid goes down. Hoarders keep stuff that is useless. Exactly. It's very true. Bob showed up. Hey, what's up going, Bob? Bob Peta. Good morning, bro. Doug showed up. Holy shit, Mr. Frost has graced us with his presence. Oh, I almost feel like I'm wearing my tinfoil hat now. Let's see. Mad Max. People who prepare keep their wits about themselves and discuss scenarios like we're doing now so you can think about all the ways to survive. That reminds me, guys, would you like me to introduce? I really need like a list of words to use all the time. I need to turn my vocabulary back on because I noticed that when I don't live stream for a long period of time, I lose that gift for gab. I know what I want to say and I know the words that I want to use and I know their meaning, but they won't come out of my mouth. Have you discuss scenarios. Would you guys like me to introduce the new game that came out a couple weeks back? It's called Without the Rule of Law. It's a replacement card game. I haven't even opened the box, to be honest with you. But I could introduce that, and then at the end of the stream, we could actually go through one of the cards, because there's a gajillion of them. Let me know in the chat if you think that's a good idea, and we can go forward from there. Let's see here. My wife thinks I'm a hoarder. Yeah. So, you know, the people that think that preppers are hoarders because they stockpile or they make preps don't understand that there's a methodology behind it. You know, it's really easy to say like a hoarder is somebody who just keeps things that are useless, and that's not true, because in their mind they're keeping things that they think are going to be useful in the future. If you've done any work into the psychology of actual hoarders, they think that it's important to have a specific thing, and they do have organizational skills. They'll dedicate an entire room to old newspapers, you know, bottles, things like that. They know where everything is, and they don't want you to touch it. But there's also some psychological issues that real world hoarders have that are not synonymous with preppers. Preppers organize. Preppers know where their things are, but preppers also they'll actually categorize things, and they'll also determine whether something needs to go, or if it's, you know, I mean, because sometimes food doesn't taste good when it gets old. It's like if you've had that rump roast in your freezer, you know, if 2 years ago you went to Wally World and you bought, you know, a whole buttload of chicken thighs, and you individually prepped them for meals in Ziploc bags and then stuffed them in the bottom of your freezer, I assure you that they are still edible and safe to eat if they've never been thawed anyway. But they are going to not taste super great. So preppers know these things. Let's see here. Doug Frost says, I need to try that Alpha Brain again. Yeah, I've actually been taking a different one, but I had to. I'm going to have to start taking my backup, the Alpha Brain. I have like Nariva. I've been taking Nariva, and Nariva actually, it doesn't give me like a rush or anything, but it's definitely. I can tell that there's a difference. But I'm going to start taking the Alpha Brain tomorrow. So if you guys think I instantly get smart over the next 3 days, please let me know. They're comparably priced. Ooh, a big word. They're comparably priced, but I believe in giving these other chemicals or nutrients or whatever the hell's in these pills a chance to work. Because I honestly think that the Alpha Brain, I'd been taking it so long that it may have lost its effectiveness, and I was only taking it Monday through Friday. I was kind of letting my brain relax on the weekends. So let's see here. Is that ever a question? I don't know what that is, Miss Melody. Yeah, yes, got to think outside the boxes, and scenario decisions are great. My ladies, nice. Think I'm crazy. I reply, I have the papers to prove it. Okay. FOMO, fear of missing out. Gotcha. Right here. My magic words are rotate the stock. Gotcha, David. Gotcha. Yeah, exactly. You have to do these things. Okay, so let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper here now that we've got everybody in. They seem to be properly agitated and foaming at the mouth and ready to move forward. And if you have not hit that like and subscribe button, now is the time. So do it now, do it. All right, let's see here. The fact is that we are all preppers to some extent. No household lives with only one roll of toilet paper, and we buy more food than just today. We hit that in the very beginning. We plan and prepare. Everybody does this. Everybody has a shopping list. Everybody knows what they want to get when they get to Wally World. Everybody knows where they're going to shop and what day they're going to do laundry. And so these people that say that they're not preppers actually are preparing. If you own a laundry basket, then you're preparing to do laundry. We stock up on medicines in case we get ill. You know, preppers take it a little bit further because they're preppers and they want to make sure that they are prepared. But let's face it, if you go to Walmart, you're not just going to buy one thing of allergy pills. You're probably going to buy two because you know damn well you're going to run through the other one, and then you're going to not want to go to the store when that happens. And this is you going, okay. And what are you really doing when you do that? Because they come in a 2-pack. You're rotating your stock. You're a prepper. Let's see what we got here. We save up money for a rainy day. Why are we saving money? Because we're preparing to use it for vacation, for a college fund. We're preparing to use it in case the car gets a flat tire and we got to replace a tire, or there's a mechanical issue with the vehicle, or there's a broken window, you know, or maybe we've been preparing for Christmas. If you're saving for a rainy day, you are a prepper. You're preparing. I hope that person I spoke to is actually watching this video. I know they don't have the nuts to actually say any, you know, to type like I was wrong or even, hey, hi, how are you doing? I know that they don't have the nuts to do that. But here's what I'll tell you, guy. Do me a favor. Come back in. Come talk to me. We'll go over more of this stuff. You know, humility is important in life. It keeps us humble. All right, let's see here. In the end, prepping is much about scale. How many cans of beans make a stockpile, and when does a basement become a bunker? That's the question I have for you. How many beans become a stockpile? How many cans of beans? Just beans, guys. Just beans. Answer in the chat right now. How many cans of beans does it take to make your stockpile? Let's see how many people are Johnny on the spot and actually know what their preps are. I think it's weird when people shop for food daily. I have other things to do. Yeah, I mean, I still catch myself going to the store almost every day, but I don't shop for any specific thing. I'm normally after something to fix something, or I'm after something to, what is going on with there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Yeah, I can see where I'm jamming up, but hopefully my audio is still 100%. I'm still kicking out at, you know, over, looks like over 2,000 KBSs, so we're good to go. But yeah, how many beans, how many cans of beans does it take to make your stockpile of beans? But yeah, I do go to the store almost every day. I got to get out of here, you know. But it's not for preps. Now, following my 6-can method, I end up with preps anyway. But the reality is that if you're shopping for food to consume every day, then you are not following the preparedness lifestyle. At the minimum, you should be like going to buy food for a week. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've got to cook 7 meals. Let's put 7 meals in the cart. There's absolutely no reason for you to be shopping day to day for the meal for that day. And one of the other things that gets me too is like, so if you guys don't know, well, you should all know, I love to cook. And one of the things that really... So you could be watching this video on how to cook this perfect whatever meal, right? And then you go, I want the ingredients, and print out those ingredients. And it's like 12, 13, 14, 20 ingredients to make this one dish. And it's like, so if I go to the store and I buy all of these ingredients, I'm going to spend like $30 to make this one meal. And if you're thinking it's like, okay, well, you know, a house of 4 or whatever, that's actually a good deal. But if you doing that every single time, then you're going to find yourself running out of money very, very quickly, you know. So let's go ahead and check the chat real quick and see what people came up with their cans for beans. Let's see. It's about the cards. All right, plenty of ammo all the way. Multiple cases, Jordan says. Okay. My basement is my bunker. Buckets of dry beans. Gotcha, Hicktown, honey. Enough for 6 months of storage. Okay. 48 cans, Catitude says. Hey, you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because you can't eat beans every day. Guys, if you think that you're going to... I love when people think that they're going to survive on beans and rice for like a month. You know, I mean, I would love to see somebody. I mean, I might do it, but at a certain point, I would think I'd probably give up because it's really bad. At a certain point, beans and rice for an entire month will drive you crazy. Absolutely crazy. David says, I wouldn't have cans. Hey, listen, so you're a jarring fool. I got you, bro. You're a canning fool using jars. I got you. I'm 100% believe, you know, but the reality is we're Western preppers. And most people don't can. I don't can as much as I should. I was doing a lot of it last year, but I've actually gone through a lot of those things. And then there's the cost of canning jars, and then you can't find the big mouse, then you can't find the lids, and then, oh, they're magically in stock now, but now your money has moved to other things. So let's see. JB says, I don't like beans. Thank you, David. Thank you for doing the audio check for me. Breacher said 35 cans. Let's see here. Doug says over 30 days worth. Gotcha. Gibbsby, it's a stockpile when it's more than you can possibly use. Is it a stockpile is it a stockpile when it's more than you can possibly use? No, a stockpile is a stockpile. It means, so when you see the term stockpile, let me break it down for you guys, Barney style. When you hear the term stockpile, it means that you're taking stock or you have stock. And in order to have stock, you must have an inventory. Sound familiar? Okay, so a hoarder just has a bunch of shit. A prepper has a stockpile that he or she is maintaining inventory of via rotating the stock, right? Rotating your pantry. So if you're taking stuff out, you should have like a little clipboard or something. Okay, 1 can of beans. And that way, when you go to the store, you already have a list of all the preps that you need to put back. That's how you rotate your stock. Let's see. I live 20 miles in every direction from anything, so I only shop twice a week. So I stockpile always. Cha-ching. Good to go, Dog and Ball. Jordan can make great insulation for basement walls. Okay. I know you're laughing, but it is what it is. Gibbsby says, I know people that have zero food in their house, not a crumb. They shop for each meal. Yeah, I know people like that too. It makes no sense. This little town that I'm living in right now has a lot of bar/restaurants that have really, really good food. And a lot of people, unfortunately, will leave their work and come right to the bar for a beer and a meal. And they're just throwing money away. You know, I've never walked out of one of these bars as just a single guy having one beer and an actual meal, spending less than $35 because bar food is expensive, even if it's you know, Michelin star level bar food. Let's see. Where was I? The last half year we have shopped once a month. That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. So they have money to blow on gas. Hey, that's that thinking outside of the box attitude. Where are we at here? The bunker air would stink so bad after months of just beans and rice. That's gotcha. Let's see. You may need stock to barter. Exactly. That's true. That's a true statement. Okay, so it looks like my internet is still beep, 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 going in and out, but it sounds like my voice is still working. I'm trying to watch it on another screen across the room, but it hasn't moved in like 3 or 4 seconds, so it's fighting to stay alive. Guys, listen, I may have to beg for money to buy a new computer. So over 3 years, guys, I've made about, I'm not joking, I'll tell you guys straight up, over 3 years of doing this, I've managed to save about $1,200. That's how much money I've made doing this YouTube thing, doing the sponsorships and the affiliates and things like that. I've made about $1,200 in 3 years. I may have to start asking for more money so I can buy a computer that isn't 10 years old to do this stuff on. I think before I buy another computer, I'll run a hard wire to this computer, and if that's the case, and if that fixes the problem, then I know that it's a Wi-Fi issue, and I won't have to buy another computer. But man, it's getting crazy. You aren't glitching at all on my end. So, okay, so question, guys. If you are on a cell phone, is my video glitching? Type, no, you know what? If you're on a cell phone and my video is not glitching, type 1. If you're on PC and my video is glitching, type 2. And if you're on a TV screen or whatever, type 3. Tablet, whatever. Because I know that video is compressed for mobile devices. So it may be getting compressed down enough that it's actually flowing through the pipelines correctly. So Jordan is on a cell phone. So we got a lot of people using cell phones. Once in a while, it doesn't glitch on cell. Okay. So I think on cell phone are glitching a little. One, and I'm watching it. Like I said, I've got this little meter in the corner that's part of the software that I use to transmit, and it tells me like how my bit rate, my kilobits per second, and normally 5200 is what YouTube likes, but I've got it cranked up to like 10,000 because I was trying to use 5200 before, and it so the tablet is bad. Okay, this is good to hear. Still glitching a little. Miss Melody, I can't tell what Miss Melody's on cell phone are glitching a little. Cell phone glitching. Okay, so that throws that theory out. It's definitely on my side, so it's not YouTube messing with us, and it's not your devices. It's definitely either my I honestly believe it's this laptop's ability to handle Wi-Fi, because I got a strong Wi-Fi signal and I've got dedicated Wi-Fi in the house. So I'm pretty sure that is the issue. But like I said, I may try to hardwire this thing. Watch. That's right, JB. I forgot. JB is watching on Roku. Jump on the phone to type itchy glitchy. Now that you say it, I'm noticing it. Okay, everybody, stop looking at your phones. You're probably all doing something really dangerous right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back on point. Take a sip of my Rofo coffee. All right, so a little bit of statistical data. All right, so after man, I hate to say this, but I have to for words. So after global pandemics, there's usually a spike in prepping, statistically. The 2023 SARS households in Hong Kong started to hoard food, medications, and young children's necessities. During the swine flu epidemic in the UK, 1/5 of the population claimed to be prepping. All right, so now here's the magic. Now we're going to find out, because everybody now, I know everybody's fingers work, okay, because they're typing numbers and telling me things, okay. This is going to be a participation thing, so let me go over a few things for you. So what I did was I checked into what psychologists think of preppers, because there's actually several studies out there. Not like, oh, 75% of America's prepping right. No, I'm talking about actual psychological studies. No joke. Psychologists have studied prepping and preppers. Okay, and this is the stuff that they came up with. Said, what we got here? A 2021 study noticed that there was much more mainstream and generalized increase in prepping behaviors like stockpiling. This is probably due to the fact that doomsday predictions and widespread panic were more common. Okay, this is all very truthful so far. Most of us were locked in our homes, bunkered down, and digesting a news narrative that wouldn't be out of place in a dystopian movie. Absolutely true. If you guys think about everything we were watching on TV from 2019 to 2021, and even some into 2022, it was pretty bad. It was almost like watching the Vietnam War. Today there were 37 soldiers killed in the Wushang, the Wu-Tang tribe area of the old Nananaum. I'm trying not to use specific words so the algorithm won't mess with us, but I think you guys get the picture. During the time that we were locked down, we were just fed death, destruction, the death rates, the red lines, the graphs, the bars, survival rate, hospitalization. And people really started thinking, how am I going to survive this? I still remember when this all started. I was by myself at the property in North Carolina. And I remember remember your NBC training, remember, get some gloves out. I did. I had some surgical masks, and I went to Walmart and I bought the things I needed to buy. And when I got home, I put the paper bag. I didn't use plastic bags. I made them use paper bags so that I could burn them. And then the everything got wiped down before it even came into my mud room. And my mud room was like a decontamination station, very similar to NBC operations. Everything was getting wiped down. Everything was getting sanitized because I knew that I was by myself. And you know what? I just realized, can you guys actually see that? Can you guys actually read that? My girlfriend brought that for me, and I'm wondering if it's too bright. It's an on-air sign, and I can't. It looks like in the video, it looks really, really bright. I just noticed that. Let me know in the chat if you guys can actually read that, because it might be just on my side the way it looks. I don't know if there's a way for me to subdue that. But anyway, so we were being fed that stuff at unbelievable rates, and there was lots. It took a while for people to realize it was all bull, but it is what it is. So. Dave says you can't read it, just white light. Gotcha. Yeah, it's actually red with the white letters. You guys can probably read it now, of course. Oh man, that sucks. She just got this for me, and now I've got to figure out a way to subdue this. Maybe I get some red paint and tape up the white letters and then paint the red tape, or paint the red like a darker red. That way it's a little bit more subdued. I'll figure it out. All right, so I'm just going to turn it off for now. Yeah, that was all happening. When you had your hand in front of her for a split second, I saw it. Maybe I need to, maybe instead of doing that, maybe put a, no. I don't know. I'll have to work on it, guys. I'll have to work on it. So, let's see. But yeah, getting back on point. So, let's see here. We talked about the dystopian movie. Okay, so guys, get ready. This is where you got to be ready. Okay, so we're gonna take a test. This is a legitimate, no bullshit, real test. Okay. One study. It's called the Survivalist Behavior Questionnaire, also known as the SBQ. One 2018 study developed a test to examine just that. It's called the Survivalist Behavior Questionnaire, and it was designed from a limited academic literature concerning survivalist strategies and more generally across several survival handbooks. Its aim is to mix common, or at least socially accepting, prepping, what we'd call prudence, with those found in more advanced prepping manuals. Now, here's how it works. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. RC says 42. Did you get us? Shut up, RC. So here's how it works. For each of the following 8 statements, which I will read to you guys, you have a score from 1, strongly disagree. So 1 means that you strongly disagree. 5 means that you strongly agree. Okay? So when we say this, I want you to reference yourself, because this is a test for you. Okay? Edward's like, I got an F on that. Okay, so here we go. If you don't have something to write on right now, you might have to tally these up in your head, okay? Be honest with yourselves. Be honest with yourselves, because I'm going to ask you for your scores afterwards, and I'll even share my score because I took the test last night. It's really not that difficult. All right, so let's have a sip of this Rofo coffee. Here we go. Number 1. I have stockpiled food and water to survive a potential major disaster. Answer 1 for strongly disagree or 5 for strongly agree. Number 2. No, you don't have to type them here, so don't do that. Everybody just be in the listening level 1 and be writing these numbers down or something to the effect. Question number 2. I have stockpiled weapons to survive a potential major disaster. Once again, 1 is strongly disagree and 5 is strongly agree. Jordan says, I'm a C student. Join the club. Question number 3. You guys are answering online. Okay. If you feel like you want to answer on here, that's fine with me. Okay, so question number 3. I have stockpiled equipment and materials to survive a potential major disaster. I see a high score coming. Question number 4, because there's only 8 questions. I regularly think through in my mind ways to survive a potential major disaster. The questions are going to start getting a little tougher now, guys. What I notice is that the first ones are all 5s, and then I start asking more either hypotheticals or questions where you have to like really judge yourself. Am I really doing these things? Okay. Question number 5. I have thought through who would be in my survival group. I'm going to say that again. I have thought through who would be in my survival group. Once again, 1 is strongly disagree, 5 is strongly agree. David says I'm batting 1,000 so far. Well, then you don't understand how this works because it doesn't go to 1,000. Okay, number 6. I know where I could get more supplies to survive a potential major disaster. Question number 7. I have a plan I could put into operation to survive a potential major disaster. These are starting to be some judgy prepper questions, aren't they? People are going to be like, oh man, do I really have a plan? Have I really thought this plan through? Did I put it on paper? Am I just making this up as I go along? It's interesting. And the last question, number 8. I have attended survival courses to help me get through potential major disaster. To get through a potential major disaster. Once again, 1 is strongly agree, 1 is strongly disagree, and 5 is strongly agree. Okay, so if you guys aren't writing them down, I'm sure you've been tallying them up in your head. Do me a favor, put your scores in the and we're going to find out. We're going to see. We're going to see if you how well you score, or no, because it's not a good or bad. We're going to find out what you score on the survivalist behavior questionnaire. So start typing right now. I'm going to sip some coffee. Does the military count? I don't know. Does it? It's all subjective. Do you? I believe that any training you received in the military will help you, as long as it wasn't like admin school. You know, your basic military training, your advanced training, and any survival or combat training that you received in the military would definitely count. Now, if it was like how to how to audit the annual supply report, no, that training doesn't count. Repeat the last one, please. The last one was, hold on a second, Bob. I have attended survival courses to help me get through a potential major disaster. 1 is strongly disagree, 5 is strongly agree. So obviously there's a bar there. All right, let's see. So JB 17. Wow, you guys, I thought you guys were, man, I swear to God, I thought you guys had like more prepping stuff here. Boom, 18 out of 40, killing it. Man, I thought you guys were like in it to win it. Dave's got the score. This Melody. By the way, Melody, where's the other Melody? We need to find I have not had any time with my melodies in quite a while. And I might have to blame myself for that, but you know what? Participation is a two-way street. Let's see here. Let's see here. Gibbsby says 38 daily thoughts and changes to everyone for the changes to every one of those questions. 37. Doug's got a I believe that, Doug. On the last one, does the channel count? No, it does not, because I have trained you to do absolutely nothing. I'm simply giving you information. I think they're mostly focused on, like, if you went to like a Stop the Bleed course, or I would say Stop the Bleed course online. Now, I would count that as training. But you gotta. There's a variable there. If you feel that you've got something, then it's not a 1. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a 2 or 3. If you went to combat medic course, then it's a 5. You know what I'm saying? If you like got your CPR training, or AED training, then maybe you're a 4. Things like that. Let's see. I'm not sure. I haven't seen her on TikTok. Yeah, people, they come and go. Look, I honestly will admit I strongly agree to all of these, but I was just rating myself 1 through 5. That's okay. The test is subjective. And there's a reason why I'm giving you the test. So you guys know, I scored a 32. I scored a 32. Whoop. There it is. Anyway, but yeah, I scored a 32. That's my honest answer. All 5s in the thinking, lows in the doing. Hey, Patrick, good to see you, bro. Participation is key. I'm screwed. No defenseman or training. RC's got a 20. It's all subjective, guys. It's all subjective. But I'm introducing this test to you because you can actually use this test as a guide stone. You could be like, okay, so we could turn these into commandments, prepper commandments. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what I'll do. I won't make a video, but maybe I'll publish something, the prepper commandments according to psychologists, or some crazy shit like that makes sense. Let's see here. My former job gave me lots of training. Gotcha, Deborah. It's like EMT. Boom, 5. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Practicing nurse, 5. But like I said, it's subjective. Now, here's the funny thing, and we're gonna go over a little bit because I think you guys need to know what's going on, and the girlfriend doesn't know she's not supposed to call me between 9 and 10 unless it's an emergency. All right, let's see here. So now you guys are gonna love this. Hold on, I gotta take a sip of coffee. Now, here's what psychologists think. They're always analyzing these things. And they're trying to, I guess, be more scientific than psychological. And I think that they kind of screwed up on this because it tells me that it's skewed. And you're not going to like this. You're not going to like this. I'm telling you now, you're not going to like this. So, matter of fact, I'm going to read you, let's see, I'll tell you when to answer. 1 is agree, and 2 is disagree. Okay? Matter of fact, 3 is strongly disagree. So, let me read you a few things here. This research, based off of this test and the study that was done, this research describes construction of the 8-item survival behavior questionnaire and its nomological network, which highlights that survivalists are disagreeable, low in rationality, and high in psychopathy, Machiavellianism, and narcissism. 1 is agree, 2 is disagree, 3 is strongly disagree. Get to posting, because these are what these people think of us. These are what these psychologists who did the study think of preppers. Sitting duck, or we have extra protection. Okay, RC strongly disagrees. And I think people didn't really understand what I was saying. We got a 3 there. So for those of you that didn't catch on, this research describes construction of the 8-item survivalist behavior questionnaire and its nomological network, which highlights the survivalists are disagreeable, low in rationality, and high in psychopathy, Machiavellianism, and narcissism. Okay, so Star's like, one. Laugh out loud. You agree, Star? You're messing with me. Ian's like, I'm going to make my own score, 1.5. There's those damn preppers thinking out of the box, always trying to get their way. You're kind of a narcissist when you do that. You know that, right? You don't want to play by the rules. You want to do it yourself. All right, so here we go. Next one. This suggests relatively high malevolence. And I'm going to tell you what that word means if you don't know what it means here shortly. As well as high capacity for self-preservation. They are also fantasizers of cessation-seeking, deep learners, and high in entrepreneurial intent, which suggests ingenuity and ambition. That's a hard one. I'm not even going to ask you to answer one. I'm not even going to ask you to answer that one right there. Okay, but check this out. They are also of lower general ability and lower rationality, which suggests some limitations in the way they analyze information. If you agree with that, type 1. If you disagree, type 2. I think that's a pretty simple statement. It's a one-liner. They are also lower generally ability. They are also of lower general ability and lower rationality, which suggests some limitations in the way they analyze information. Type 1 for yes, like 1 to agree, and 2 for disagree. Agree with that one. 0.33. It's 33%. Or is that like 3 as in like severely? Okay, so you see how it's like we're starting to get mixed results here, because everybody has their own opinion on things, and they've seen some things and that's where we'll leave that one right there. Okay, so check this out. Compared to general population, survivalists are potentially dangerous in terms of personality, e.g., they are high scorers on the dark triad. I'm going to tell you exactly what the dark triad here is in a second. And behavior, e.g., they may stockpile weapons, but also have strong preservation skills that might be of benefit, at least to themselves, should disaster strike. So they literally just said that they think that we're dangerous people, but we could be useful in a survivalist situation. So if you agree that preppers are dangerous, now I'm going to read the dark triad to you first. So the dark triad, guys, is a series of, there are basically 3 things that they call the dark triad, because if you score strongly on the dark triad, then you are considered to be malevolent. Now, I'm going to let you right now, if you Google the word malevolent, having or showing a wish to do evil to others. So they literally, by saying score high on the dark triad, they're saying that you are evil and that you wish to do bad, you wish to do harm to others, or you wish to do evil to others. Bradley says, so we're selfish little narcissists. So here's the thing. On the dark triad, there's 3 things that build the dark triad. One is psychopathy, so basically saying you're a psychopath. You're impulsive, you're emotionally cold, you're remorseless. On the one that nobody gets is Machiavellianism. It means that you're manipulative, you're self-interested, and domineering. And the third one is narcissism. Grandiosity, perceived superiority, and entitlement. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And to close this out, and then we'll go to the chat before we end this stream. John Ramey, he's actually the founder of a large organization. If you don't know who he is, look him up. I'm not a fan of the organization because although it is passing lots of good information about preparedness out, these guys they're phonies. They were for years the deepest, darkest blue tying wearing people on the planet, and then they figured out that they could make money. They're not even creating content. They could make money in the preparedness space, using lots of fear and a little bit of fact. So, but anyway, so he says, we think about 15 million Americans are actively preparing right now in terms of, and this was on a 60 Minutes interview, in terms of percentage of households, we're at or about to cross 10% of all households in the United States. And just a few years ago, that was 2% or 3%. And this was as of November 6, 2022. So it's interesting that they think that the psychologists think that we're psychopaths and narcissists, that they actually made like a test to give. You know, if you go to a psychologist and tell them that you're a prepper, they might like throw this test at you. So it's interesting to see that those kind of things actually exist. Now, I don't think I'm going to ask you any more questions on that, but I wanted you guys to be aware of it. And like I said, you can look this test up. It's actually in its simplest form. Once again, the name of the test is the Survivalist Behavior Questionnaire, also known as the SBQ. And then there's a lot of articles that relate to malevolence, but I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole because, you know, saying somebody's evil, you really have to know who people are. And I would not consider anybody evil until I know them personally and know of them. So let's see here. So you guys were actually kind of chatting it up a little hard there while I was doing that. No one has considered a conspiracy. Patrick Noah was considered a conspiracy. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I think preppers are smart and can adapt. True. Excuse me. Must be dangerous, but self-control. Yes, that's a Jordan Peterson euphemism. Be a monster, but learn to control it. Let's see here. Gibbsy says, I prep to help people. Good. So we're selfish little narcissists. Let's see here. Jordan Peterson said you got abilities here. Jordan Peterson said you got to be a beast and have the ability to restrain it over just being passive for the sake of survival. Exactly. Pacifists normally die in survival situations. Gibbsy says it's a spectrum. Some have it and score low, but still have it. Let's see. Crap, that's what my doctor said. Well, hopefully we haven't touched too close to home here, Star. RC says, most preppers I know are highly analytical and rational. The nuts are not in my prepper group. Yeah, exactly. I think and it's funny too, because they got most of this information to build this questionnaire from reading preparedness manuals, not from like analyzing people or talking to people or anything like that, or actually like going and finding preppers and talking to them, or analyzing preppers themselves, psychologically analyzing them. But they actually got all of their study information from prepper manuals. So let's see here. Plays the game with the test. Yes, Jordan, play the game with the test. I gotcha. So tomorrow's live stream, I will have a good card out of the world without rule of law card game for you guys. And you know what? We'll turn it into homework. That's what we'll do. We'll turn it into homework. I'll get you guys the card, and we will turn it into homework. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be about it right now. Once again, if you like what I'm doing, now's the time to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm 4 minutes over my actual time, even though everything turned into a giant hiccup, and I'm watching my stuff freeze on the other computer screen over there. But it is what it is. We'll figure it out sooner or later. At least you guys can hear what I'm saying. Let's see here. And if you want to support the channel and help me buy another computer, I don't know, don't do that. But if you want to help me, if you want to help support the channel, guys, I've got an Amazon store, I've got a merch store. Hey, I made the stickers. They're not exactly the way I like them, but they are in my merch store. Check them out. Let me know if you guys like them or not. Obviously the Patreon. It's like $30 for an entire year. So, guys, it is what it is. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you, which will be tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm going to start pushing some buttons now. No, that's not it. That's it right there. Later. No, that's not it. That's it right there. Later.